every room, every video, every little sound bite, and extra little in-depth things.
So I want to see how good you are at sailing. Yeah. Okay. No?
Oh, that's Italian.
I'm Andy and this is Kirstin. We're enjoying a little break from refitting our 50-foot sailboat to take Kirstin's mom on a promised and much delayed trip. Every corner of the world has something it can offer you. There's always some sort of experience that can add to the tapestry of your life. Paris is no exception. We've already logged many wonderful experiences at fantastic places on this trip. We've been to Claude Monet's home and gardens in Giverny, honored the Allies' sacrifices at the American Cemetery, admired famous works of art at the Musée de L'Orangerie, and been taken back by the incredible beauty of Sacré-Cœur and Versailles. But with only 4 days left and many things to still see, we need to pick up the pace. Let's start with the Palais Royal.
Behind the Council of State and separated from the gardens by 2 rows of columns, which once were part of the Gallery of Orléans, is another courtyard, the Courtyard of Honor, which was created in the 18th century on a foundation made by Victor Louis. In 1985 to 86, the Ministry of Culture sponsored 2 sculptural works in the courtyard. The first, called Photo Souvenir Le Deux Plateaux by Daniel Buren, consists of short columns of various sizes arranged across the courtyard.
And one of the recurring themes of the trip was getting myself separated from the rest of the group. And it happened again. So I rushed through the Louvre courtyard and caught up to them right before Kirstin and found some adorable little sailboats to play with in the Tuileries Garden.
For you, which boat would you like to use?
Can I have this one?
Unicorn? The Louvre?
Yep.
Okay. The boat by the hull or by the mast. Please, not by the sails, and then you push over here.
Okay. Where should I go? I feel like
Wherever you want.
I feel like the wind died.
Well, what you got to do is, well, I want to see how good you are at sailing.
I guess I start over there. You said I could hold it by the mast, right? All right, guys, Andy's getting some sailing experience. Let's go see how he does.
A 3-hour tour. Opposite the Louvre at the far western end of the Tuileries is the Musee de L'Orangerie. Established in 1852, this smaller museum hosts an impressive collection of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist paintings from the likes of Paul Cézanne, Pablo Picasso, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Maurice Utrillo. But the museum's featured works are 8 of Claude Monet's water lily paintings. The 8 paintings are each 2 meters tall and are collectively 91 meters long. Claude Monet himself helped the museum architect design the viewing galleries, which consist of 2 oval rooms forming the infinity symbol. The benches in the middle of each room allow the guests to sit and contemplate Monet's work in near silence. Each year, nearly 1 million people admire these incredible works of art.
think we're at the top, but we haven't broken it to mom and dad yet.
The Arc de Triomphe stands at the western end of the Champs-Élysées. Construction of the Arc began in 1806 and it was completed in 1836. It was originally erected to honor those who fought and died in the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. And in 1920, the French government interned the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and today the Arc also honors the dead from World War I and World War II that were never identified. The terrace at the top of the Arc offers a 360-degree view of Paris.
Sometimes you just gotta stop and eat a quick pick-me-up.
We are at the Palais Garnier, where the Phantom of the Opera is supposed to have been based.
The public can now access the Palais Garnier through an entrance that was once reserved for the Parisian elites. The who's who of Paris would have entered through this very rotunda before making their way up the grand staircase into their luxury boxes in the 1,979-seat auditorium. The Palais Garnier was completed in 1875 under Emperor Napoleon III, and it has often been called the most famous and one of the most beautiful opera houses in the entire world. It's also one of Kirstin's favorite buildings in all of Paris. All it takes is a quick tour to see why.
This is supposed to be the Phantom of the Opera's box. I've figured out that Dad is a completionist. He has to go through every part of all of the tours, through every room, every video, every little sound bite, and extra little in-depth things. Otherwise, he doesn't have a good time.
Okay, so where's this is just right here, right?
It should be the library. Will you build me a library like this?
Four favorite things you learned from the audio tour.
The story of the chandelier crashing into the auditorium from the Phantom of the Opera was based on actual events. It wasn't the actual chandelier, but the counterweight that crashed at some point early on after the opera opened and actually killed a woman. So based on true events. Oh, I was just like reminded that at the time opera was like kind of how we watch TV today. Like we're like multitasking. It's more of a thing like see and be seen. The wealthier people would actually show up late, because if you showed up early, that indicates that you have nothing to do and that you're not very important. So people actually would show up late to the opera back then. Do I really have to do 4? That's it. Let's go to the gift shop.
On our way to the in-mall surprise.
So Thursdays on the itinerary is a surprise day. So I can hardly wait for that one.
Okay, you're gonna go right in because
And then this is why we decided to create La Localité du Louvre, because we wanted to educate people to drink better and drink French. Because that's how we do. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
I got the whole coast of France.
Oh,
From the
okay.
top on down. I did it accidentally. I didn't know that's what I was doing.
So, how was the surprise?
Excellent.
excellent.
Let's see. It wasn't paintings. It wasn't steps. It wasn't crepes. It was.
Are you getting tired of crepes?
No, I'm not getting tired of crepes yet. What was the other one? Paintings, steps, fountains. That was the other one. That's all I got.
No other review?
Nope. Oh, the shop was excellent. The tasting was excellent. Yes. Definitely recommended.
And so begins the last full day in Paris. It's been a fun ride. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been really good. We've been able to see almost everything that we wanted to, so we're ending with the Eiffel Tower.
How's the trip been so far?
Awesome. We were just
Awesome.
talking about it.
Yeah. First, I didn't know what we were going to do for 12 days. It seemed like a long time, and now that we're here on the last day,
I know.
I'm ready to spend more time here.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we will. We are getting ready to climb the steps all the way to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Just kidding. We're taking the elevator.
We believe the top may be closed. We saw a sign for it once, but they didn't cycle back, so we'll find out. Tickets are sold out. The guy said we can go to the top.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty.
We've made it through security
Twice.
and now we're just waiting on this elevator thing. Look at these counterweights.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Done pretty well avoiding any sort of queue of any length really this trip. This will be the first real kind of queue. It's not that long though, but it's what we got to take to get all the way up top.
check this out. They funneled us in off the lift from this side. And there's a big line. But then when we get on to go up top, they're feeding it in from 2 directions, and over here, there's no line.
There's an actual rainbow that we saw when we first got up here. It's incredible.
After taking in that incredible rainbow, only a short set of stairs separated us from the top observation deck. At 905 feet above the ground, this deck offers unparalleled views of the city. And fortunately for us, the overcast skies had turned into beautiful sunshine just in time to take in those views.
First time to the top. Was it worth it?
Yeah. I was expecting everything to be much smaller and like not being able to like identify the buildings, but that was dumb because you could easily tell what everything was for the for the most part, all of the major buildings. So I mean, it's not like that far up that you can't tell what things are. So it was very cool.
On the way down, we definitely took our sweet time. That's probably because, on some subconscious level, we knew that the tower was the last big item on our Parisian itinerary. And we knew that once we finally reached the ground, all that would be left would be some trinket shopping and one last fantastic dinner.
The Navy.
That was a pretty good meal. Finish off the trip. We started and ended at the Great Deer Restaurant. How do you say it?
Le Grand Surf.
Le Grand Surf. I always want to roll the R's, and I know that that's not appropriate here.
I think you don't want to
Le Grand.
roll.
Grand.
But I think you want to do a little bit of it, but I can't do it. It's like comes from your throat, like
Le Grand.
something. I don't know. We'll work on our French.
We'll work on it for next time, France. We'll be back sometime.
Yes.
For sure. Now we gotta go finish packing. We'll see you later.
Lunch was so good.
Mansour. It's basically a ham and cheese sandwich, but with cheese on the top of the sandwich.
We have our macarons, so we are happy. Dad and I are trying absinthe for the first time.
What do you say?
What do you mean?
For French instead of cheers.
Asante.
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 Asante. Is it smooth?
Yeah.
Goes down.
But it started at 144 proof. The flowers, top of my ice cream cone. Ice cream was great. It said it was gelato, but I don't know what the difference is. It tasted real creamy like ice cream to me.
You missed the first bite, but the second bite will be just as good, I'm sure. It melts in your mouth. The line is not too bad, actually. Andy probably disagrees. Any line is no good for him.
It's already. I mean, it's 8:50. We haven't had dinner. That is the current statement.
Oh, you got a half a side of chicken.
So we found the cutest restaurant. It has this cute little card that you stamp. So you choose which dish you want, put it on this little card, and hand it to the waiter.
The last macaron trip.
It's a little chilly, but this is the magic of Paris. It's raining. Hopefully there will be some good views from the river. Ooh, and lightning.
So it's starting to rain a little bit harder, and what that means is we're not gonna have a ton of video because the camera is basically weatherproof. The lens is weatherproof, but the microphone is not. So, at least if there's video, it won't be with much audio. I'm gonna put this microphone up before it gets ruined. We are back at the boat. The trip to Paris was fantastic. It was a nice little reprieve. We're back though. 2, 3, go.